Hi, Michelle here from Strawberry Designs, and I want to thank everybody for coming and watching. And thank you to my new subscribers that I've gotten recently. And I would love it if more of you would hit that red subscribe button for me. Today we're going to be doing a Bible journaling that I did in the book of Daniel in the Lion's Den. And usually Bible journaling is a very personal thing for me. And I just decided to film while I did it. One thing I want you to know, it's all about the process, not the product. This is not perfect. It's nowhere near perfect. But the time that I spend reflecting and thinking in God's Word while I'm creating, that's what's perfect. So come along and join me as I go through Daniel.
The first thing I do is I measure out my margin and I draw it on a sheet of notebook paper so that I can kind of plan out my design before I start working in my Bible. I plan to use this lion from Avery L. Stamps called Wild Birthday, but I couldn't find an ink that wouldn't bleed through my page, so I'll do something different. I am using a cutting board that I cut in half that I got from Dollar Tree to keep anything from leaking through my page. And now I'm tracing that lion through the page that I can see it from where I stamped it before. And I'm going to reverse it. It's a little harder to see, but I'm tracing the other lion facing the other direction. All right, and now I'm going to take my Faber-Castell Pitt markers in black, and I'm going to trace over the lion. I'm using the medium tip for this, and I'm just going kind of quickly. And then I'm looking for my eraser, and when I finally find it, I will erase some of the extra pencil marks I have there for my lion. Once it's nice and cleaned up, I'm going to start putting on some paint, and to do that I'm using this Cremacoat by Delta. It's called Wedgwood Blue, and a old credit card type thing, and then I'm also using Folk Art acrylic color Coastal Blue. And I did make a mistake and I got some blue on one of the lions. I like to play with this and have a little bit of fun and just spread it all over. Using the credit card helps to make the paint not very thick on your thin Bible pages. And I did make a big mess to clean off my cutting mat here, but I just wanted a little bit of a background color. Letting that dry a little bit while I'm kind of planning out what I'm doing next. I do have a heat tool that I use to dry it a little bit more. Now I'm going to start in on coloring my lions, and I am using watercolor pencils from US Art Supply, and I just picked out all of the yellowish oranges that were in it. Now I'm going in with my lighter colors first, and then I will take darker colors of the pencil and do it where there might be shadows and around the edges, just to give the lions a little bit more depth and dimension. So that color right there is a more tannish color, and then I'm going in with a gold. I didn't like that, so I decided to get an orange to kind of go around the edges of his body. And I wanted that orange on the other one too, so he would stand out a little bit more. Then I'm doing a yellow for the mane, and then going in with some orange accents around the face at the beginning part of the mane, and just kind of filling in until I'm satisfied that my lion is nicely colored. A little bit of pink for his ears and his cheeks. Now I'm taking a watercolor brush. I put it on my hand just to make sure that it was actually water was coming out of it, and I'm wetting all of the watercolor pencil and turning it from a pencil look into a paint look. I want a little bit more pink on my lion's face, so I'm taking it straight from the pencil. All right, now I'm going to the words. So I've rewritten the words out for myself to use as a guide, and I'm taking the smaller tip Faber-Castell Pitt marker. I believe I'm using the fine tip here, and I'm writing out my verse. I thought I might want to do a different type of ampersand, but as you can see, as I was looking at it, I realized I can't draw an ampersand. So I'm just doing this kind of quickly. Here I'm going in with the medium tip, and I'm going over all of the downstrokes just to make the writing look a little bit more interesting. I will vary every other line. I'll do in cursive versus print. I'm really not doing any fancy writing here. I'm just putting the verse down and adding a little bit of heaviness to my pen marks. I love the fact that in this verse and in this whole chapter, how God is just so awesome and so great that even the lions were not eating him. You know, he obeyed God and God protected him. And that's just such a nice thing to remember, that we need to obey God in all that we do. And God's got our back. You know, he made those lions very tame. And I wanted to emphasize lions, so I did use a little bit more exciting lettering there for lions. And again, I'm going back over with the thicker marker to emphasize the downstrokes. And then on lions, what I did is I had a triangle for each of, like the beginning downstroke on each of those. Now I'm taking some washi tape that I just have in my stash. I don't know where I got it from. And there I folded a piece of washi tape together to make a bookmark. I'm using my credit card to tear my washi tape to make a nice even tear on there, and just adding it in a couple of different places. I'm going to use my colored Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens, the yellow one, to highlight the verse, which goes from one page to the next. I'm writing where the verse is found and dating it, and there it is. That is my Bible journaling for today. Thank you for watching.